Hello, students. In this unit, unit 4 of the paper, academic integrity and plagiarism, two things we would like to discuss. In the first module, we'll discuss the software, the role of software in, background of this we have already covered in some module. This entire concept of plagiarism, as I told you in many modules, rather I develop this afterward. It begins with a language, it ends with a language. After all, it is a language game. What do we write? And it should not be copied or matched with language wise and written idea wise with previous writings. In that sense, so what is the message of this intellectual activity? That it is human, it is the human expertise can only judge whether something is plagiarized or not. Though subjectivity will be there, because very difficult to have even in judgments also. The judges will provides verdicts. Then and there also we say it is the subjective judgment by looking different aspects of a particular crime or particular incident. Similarly, so entire judging, detecting whether a write-off, an academic writing is plagiarized or not is very difficult task, very strenuous task, a very, involves a series of complications. Yet can be judged. It's a human activity. First thing. Second, India, a country, the second populous, as well as probably after our independence, we have now touching almost 1,000 universities of all types, state, federal government, supported by NGOs, supported by private agencies, all kinds. So, and equally we promote doctoral degrees also. India is a fully one of the finest democratic nation of the world, and we don't restrict. If someone is interested, and probably India is a, almost our aspirants for the PhD degree are coming up more and more in number. So in that case, they were given a stipulated period, 2 years, 3 years. Sometimes they go on extending also 5 years occasionally. Anyway, so now the time has come for submission. So submission, as I told you, Government of India, Ministry, as well as University Grants Commission, state governments and university authority itself have taken up stringent measures so that at least it should be checked, plagiarism checked, and then submitted. So in that case, who will do these massive works? Massive works, As I told you, we teachers, research supervisors, research guides. So they are not told their basic job is not to supervise. Their basic job is to teach different kinds of classes and assign, they have been assigned other works in the universities also. So that's why the only option left is it should be passed through a software detection, plagiarism software detection. Sometimes say it is not a plagiarism software, but sometimes people say it is matching text software, and in fact it is true, matching only but we call it, and when your soft copy will pass through a software, and when if it is detection or matching, similarity check is below, now earlier it was 25%, BUG say if it is 10 or below, then only it can be submitted. Okay, so now this is the practice, right? So in that case, what is this software? Software has been designed that way. The algorithm is so way it is set so that it will search through your text, word text, not PDF or any other form. Then you will say it has certain advantages as well as disadvantages also. Advantages are there, it catches up only the online sources. There are chances if your work is taken or copied or passed off through from some sources which is not yet having online presence. In that case, so you are exempted. Software cannot catch hold of you. But most cases these days, younger generations, so almost everything is available through online, so that there are every chances of. And there, probably in India, in other cases also, the big softwares are very popular these days. Turnitin and iAuthenticate, rather more popular is Turnitin. It is very highly cost Turnitin software, and it has professionally designed. What is that professionally designed? Professional design means the software company people, the corporate house who has developed this software, also pay and has liaison with big corporate publishers, Oxford University Press, CUP, then Elsevier, Springer. Okay. At the same time, these big software, anti-plagiarized software also pay to them. So that's why whenever we put this in search mode through this Turnitin, it searches through those databases. Those have normally they don't allow anybody to access there. So this is the case. But there are free softwares, there are less paid softwares, so they don't have anything. So they cannot even search inside the big databases because they don't allow. So sometimes our students will stay. Suppose we pay. Suppose we search it through Turnitin, then it says yours is 20% plagiarized or similarity with some sources, and if check it through some other sources, there are plenty of free sources, and probably so they say only 2%. But now the question is that there are uproar among the university authorities. Should it be mandatory for Turnitin or any software? It will be. So if it is so, then obviously for the sake of benefit of their own students, they should go for other sources. Now it is highly cost, so that's why Orkun is promoted by government agencies in FilmNet. They say you pass it through. There are difference of opinions. They are not properly. Suppose if it is checked through Orkun, and probably your chances of showing similarity is very less, very less. And if you goes through this Turnitin or Turnitin especially, so your similarity is very high. So why to? Now many things are, but rather I would say all the universities, even if it is little cost, this not free, or then one should go with Turnitin or any other good professionally designed software, so that it can check. After all, it is benefited if our works, the works, doctoral works or any research paper producing being produced by the faculty of a particular university, and it is published in big places. Obviously, in long run, it enhances the quality and the research productivity of that university. So there are many cases, typical things. Again, through these also students say, finally, software they exclude bibliography and citations, and sometimes the formulae also, which is commonly used in chemistry, in mathematics, any other. So now recent debate is coming up. UGC even thinking of, university authorities thinking of, there should be a final committee. In some of the universities have applied this method also before the signing authority, mostly the university librarians. So there should be a committee of 2-3, including a subject expert from the subject in which the thesis, PhD thesis is being submitted, so that they can give their opinion and finally the signatory authority should sign. So there are many complexes are very difficult to eradicate these. So long this technology after all like this, you all know. So these complexities are there, and intricacies are there, and anomalies are there. So all these can be, but still is a good process to implement. Pass it through a software. Then it's good that way. Thank you.